Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Sami here. Today we are gonna see, what if Naruto gets a bloodline, where he can mold his chakra into whatever he needs. Part 6. Hope you'll enjoy this video. So before we start, please subscribe to our channel, and like this video. So let's get into the video. When Naruto finally made it to where Jiraiya told him to meet, he found the old pervert looking farther up the beach they were on, where the same girls from before were yet again enjoying the cool river water, while Naruto's new sensei watched them giggling perversely. As he wrote in his notebook yet again, "Erosen and you do realize that they are basically a fourth of your age, right?" Naruto asks the old man. "Yeah, of course they are. After all, not many people age as gracefully as I do. So, basically I have to watch them too, seeing as the girls my age are just too wrinkly to give me any good research." Jiraiya told Naruto, almost sounding like he partially blamed his research using young women on the fact that people didn't age as well as he could. First off, that just sounded like a cheap excuse, and second of all, don't you still have a teammate that is still a ninja? Naruto asks. "Yay, but she doesn't let me use her for research." "I wonder why?" Naruto sarcastically told his sensei. Of course, after that he simply decided to drop the conversation, as he actually wanted to train more before the day ended. "So, what are we going to train for?" Naruto asked, causing Jiraiya to smile slightly again. "Well Naruto, you are about to experience the joys of seals firsthand." Jiraiya tells Naruto with a slightly evil smirk on his face. "Minatogaki, I am so hoping that he has your sealing skills, and his mother's accelerated healing, or else this month of training might not bring him to be as strong as I would like." Jiraiya thinks to himself, as he gets ready for his plan to begin. "Yes, I know that he heals because of Kurama, but really I am just going to say that the Uzumaki also heal quickly themselves, seeing as people constantly use it, and it makes sense. After all, how does someone survive the releasing of their tailed beast, even if it only lasted like a minute? She still lived on while Guard died instantly." Of course, after he said this, he quickly brought out ink and a brush and told Naruto to strip down to his boxers, and quickly began to put seals upon Naruto's body. "Okay, these seals will be your main way to train for the next month. For using these seals, your body is weighed down just enough so that it is just above your max, so that you constantly have to work your muscles. Now I expect you to use this constantly except for when you are sleeping, so we can build up your strength. Now normally I would put a chakra suppressor of some sort to build up your chakra reserves, but for obvious reasons, that would be useless for someone like you who has cage level reserves already," Jiraiya explained to a nodding Naruto. "Now for the rest of your training, what do you think we should work on?" he asked, already planning several things to teach him, but wanted to know if he would have to add anything. "Well, I know my chakra control needs work so I can use my bloodline more proficiently, and maybe add some elemental control as well." Naruto told Jiraiya, already knowing that he would need some more long-range attacks, as both Neji was a strong short-range fighter, and that Gar would be dangerous if that sand managed to grab him. "Okay then, I will set up a plan to get you stronger in those fields, and more tomorrow by tomorrow. Though for the rest of today just do this workout, and get used to it, for it will be basically a daily thing for you, though for today I will make it a bit harder seeing as it will be the only thing you will do for the rest of today, so we don't waste the rest of the day." Jiraiya told Naruto, who nodded, then took the scroll, and began to plan, as Jiraiya went back to his research, though he made sure he had a clone watching Naruto's progress as well. Of course he wasn't the only one. In bushes opposite side of clearing, Hanabi was quietly watching over her sister's boyfriend, as he was training without using her bloodline, seeing as she was close enough to see him anyway. Currently she was simply trying to find out why Hinata liked him so much, and so far, she actually saw at least some reasons. For right when she showed up she saw him in only his boxers, and instantly had a blush on her face, seeing as this was her first time seeing a nearly naked male body. In fact, even though she was young, she found herself simply staring at his chest, that seemed to be perfectly sculpted in her option. Though yet again due to her age she didn't think of looking much lower, other than to see his sculpted legs. Still she was extremely confused as to why they were being drawn on until the old man explained it. And of course, after Jiraiya explained this, she wanted them for herself so that she could become a better ninja herself. But after momentarily thinking about this, she simply spent the rest of her time watching him do various muscle building exercises, until she finally decided to leave to go back home, now understanding why Hinata liked him so much, though she still didn't exactly like the fact that he was dating several girls at the same time. A few hours later, Naruto was now sweating and breathing heavily now that even his extreme stamina was finished, as he pushed himself past his limit and was clearly completely exhausted for the day. Still he tried to push himself further until he was stopped by his teacher. "Naruto, pushing yourself further won't do any good for your body. Stop for today, though seeing as you are so eager to learn I will work with you on the art of, and simply try to get you, as far as I can in this study. We will work on this line of study for a couple of hours after we finish each day." Jiraiya tells Naruto, then has him sit down next to him, as he tested how far Naruto was in seals already. And that is what they did until the sun began to set, ending their training session. Hyuga clan property. Seeing as it was still only around 9 o'clock, Naruto decided to check up on Hinata. So, after taking a shower to clean the sweat and grime off of his body, then after talking with Haku for a couple of minutes, he walked calmly to Hinata's clan compound. He already was well aware of where their place was, as he had gone there a few times in the past, making the trip boring enough that he let his mind wander until he reached their gate. He then quickly was granted the ability to enter, and quickly went to Hinata's room, and instantly had a smile grow upon his face, as he hugged her. Of course he did make sure to be gentle enough to make sure he didn't injure her already healing body. So, how was your day, Hinaheim? Naruto asks his girlfriend happily, who pouts slightly. Naruto is so boring to not be able to do basically anything all day. I mean, while my caretakers are trying to entertain me, it just isn't enough. I mean, I can't even do my favorite hobby, though Kurenai-sensei did help cure some of my boredom with that trip to the hot spring. Hinata complained, but blushed after saying the last part. Oh, well, is there anything I could do to help you? Naruto asked, hoping he could help somehow. Yes, you can, Naruto, if you just let me not wait to push those thoughts away. For now, he didn't know what he was implying. Hinata thought, blushing while Naruto just stared at her confused. I wish I could just have him be a bit more understanding about relationships. I mean, while I love him with all my heart, the fact that I will have to explain every fun activity we can do is going to be annoying. Man, I hate the villagers for not allowing him to understand the idea of being loved completely. Hinata thought, annoyed, but didn't let it show on her face, so Naruto wouldn't notice. Well, Naruto, if you really want to help me, I guess getting some books to read, and maybe some sewing supplies, as I am going to be here for like a week. Hinata tells her love simply by deciding to do some reading and sewing, simply because it would pass the time, even if they weren't her favorite things to do. Still, Naruto nodded his head, and gave her a salute, then simply said his goodbyes, seeing, as it was time for Hinata to get some sleep. Though he did promise to bring her what she asked for, as soon as he could before leaving to go back home. Naruto's Haku's apartment. When Naruto finally made it home again, he quickly looked around, and was surprised to see that Haku wasn't there, seeing, as she was usually home by then. Of course he wasn't too worried, seeing as she was still a trained ninja. Still, he wanted to make sure she wasn't in trouble, so he decided to look around a bit to see if he could find her. So, after searching for a little while, he ended up finding Haku sitting on the roof of their apartment. Hey Haku-chan, what are you doing up here? Naruto asks curiously, as he sits down next to the girl with his legs dangling from the edge of the roof. Oh, I just was thinking for a while, seeing, as I have a lot on my mind. Haku answered truthfully. Anything you want to tell me about? Naruto asks, wanting to help one of his precious people. Of course, this just caused Haku to remain silent for a few moments, simply thinking. Naruto, what do you think of me? Haku finally asks, deciding just to go directly to what she was worried about the most. Well, Haku-chan, you are one of my precious people. Of course I care about you very much. Naruto told her, not completely understanding what she meant and why she was asking. No, I mean, do you like me? Yes, of course I like you. I mean, you are one of my friends. No, I mean, do you like me? She asked him, deciding to simply get to the point and hope for the best, though she couldn't help but not be able to say the word love out loud. What? Didn't I just say that I liked you? Naruto asks, completely confused. Do you love me? Haku ends up asking, figuring that if she said it anyway, he wouldn't understand. Of course, now that he finally did understand what she was asking, he went quiet, actually thinking before he answered. Do I love her? I mean, I know that I care about her very much, but is that just because she is a friend or because of love? I just don't know. She really is always there for me, and I do actually like that, seeing, as she was the second person to actually know all about me, and still accept me completely. Though on the other hand, she still calls me master, even though I tell her not to. Why does this have to be so confusing? Naruto complained to himself, completely confused as to what he truly felt, seeing, as he was still relatively new to even knowing what they were. Let's go for a kid, Naruto, and his confusion hurt in his head. Kyubi, why are you talking to me now? Naruto asked, confused. Well, kid, this human girl is actually looking pretty good for a human. I don't want to just say I love her because she looks good. I need to know that we both would love each other, and everything about each other. Kid just took her already. I know you love seeing her, as you got worried when you didn't see her immediately when you expected her to be in your house, even though she is a highly trained ninja. Besides, you just heard that she loves seeing you, as she wouldn't have asked if she didn't. And seeing, as I can partially feel what you do, the sooner you get laid the better it is for me. And I already know that she was already basically giving you her body to you. This will make it happen much faster. Kyubi adds, mentally, seeing, as he was desperate to feel sex from the male's point of view, seeing, as his last two hosts were both female, leading to a horrifying experience that he desperately tried to forget about. Well, even if the furball is annoying, he does have a point. I might as well give her a chance, seeing, as we both do at least have some feelings with each other. Naruto finished thinking with a shrug, though still mentally noted that he needs to figure out exactly how to know if you are in love, and what to do when in relationships, seeing as he wanted to treat them all as best as he could, and right now he was only running on instinct with Hinata. Yes, Haku-chan, I love you, Naruto told her, causing her to smile, though the smile wavered slightly soon after. Now Naruto-sama, you aren't saying this just so that I don't feel sad, which I know you probably would do that. You actually love me, right? You really aren't? Haku began to ask, but was stopped by being slightly shocked by Naruto quickly bringing her into a tight hug. Yes, Haku-chan, I love you, and everything about you, don't worry about that, for it won't change, Naruto told her, causing the girl to smile. But at least stop calling me master now, seeing as you are my girlfriend, not slave, Naruto told her, hoping it would work, as well he got used to it. He didn't really want too many people thinking that he made his girlfriend serve him. Of course, this simply got a small smile from Haku, and a quick kiss on the lips. We may be dating, Naruto, but that doesn't mean that Zabuza didn't make you my new master, she told him, clearly not planning on stopping anytime soon. Oh, come on Haku, he meant to order me to take care of you, not the other way around, Naruto told her, as Haku decided to rest her head on Naruto's shoulder. Yeah, he told you to take care of me, but he took care of me for years, and I still was his servant. Haku told him to refuse to become anything else but a servant to her master. She was happy to be his girlfriend as well, but still she didn't want to lose her original status. Sai, why are you so determined to be my glorified slave anyways? I mean, I know Zabuza trained you to be his human weapon, but now that you are in Konoha, you could become anything you want. Hell, you could decide that you are sick of me, and simply go find someone else to live with if you wanted to, Naruto told her while running his hand through her silky hair, not even realizing he was doing this, as they looked to the sky to simply view outer space. Well master, I know that most of this village doesn't like the idea of servants, but still it is all I know, and well I know I could learn to be anything else I don't want to. I mean, if I left you, and did that, I seriously doubt that I could meet anyone else in the world that is more of a perfect boyfriend and master than you. Besides, you have a clan now, shouldn't all clan members have caretakers in their homes? Actually, come to think of it, shouldn't you have some sort of clan house somewhere in this village, as well? Haku asks, knowing that her first question gave her something to use as a reason to be a servant, and the second one, simply because she was curious herself. You know, I never even thought about the possibility that I would have an inheritance at all, let alone something that massive. I guess we'll just have to ask the old man about it then. Though really, for right now we probably wouldn't live there yet, seeing as my focus needs to be completely on training for the exam, when I am not spending time with my girlfriends. Plus, it would probably only be us living there anyway, as both Hinata and Ino have their own homes to live in. But anyways, let's not talk about that right now. Instead, how about we just enjoy the time we have right now, just as soon as you stop calling me master, Naruto told her with a small smile. Yay, it is nice tonight, master, Haku told him, giggling slightly at Naruto's pouting face, before she simply relaxed with her head now on Naruto's lap, as he still stroked her hair, barely even thinking about it. After their chat was done, they simply enjoyed each other's presence, as they looked up at all of the interesting things in the night sky. And there they sat enjoying the night until Naruto heard a soft snoring sound coming from Haku, hinting that she fell asleep, making Naruto smile warmly at her sleeping form. Still, now that she was sleeping, Naruto decided to go back inside, and quickly picked up the still sleeping Haku gently, and walked back down the building's stairs quietly until he reached their room, and then kept going until he reached her bed. He then set her down, and put her blanket over her now sleeping form, though didn't take her clothes off, seeing as he didn't want to be considered a pervert, even if she told him otherwise when they first came in. But night time, Naruto told her sleeping form, and gave her a gentle kiss on the head, before he went off to his own room to get some sleep as well. Of course, what he didn't notice was the fact that Haku woke up from her sleep as soon as he touched her on the roof, seeing as she did have ninja training, and was now smiling happily with a blush upon her face. He not only kissed me, but also gave me a pet name. She thought extremely happy, seeing as she knew that Naruto giving pet names was a sign of extreme care for said person, like Hinata and Jiji. Though she also did find it slightly interesting that Naruto seemed to almost immediately find a way to call each of his girlfriends princesses, which was a nice touch to have in a boyfriend, as far as she was concerned. After all, what kind of girl wouldn't want to be treated like a princess? Next morning, Naruto woke up earlier than normal, even though he stayed up late, just to make sure he could give Hinata the stuff she wanted, as early as possible. The only problem was that he didn't really know what kind of books to get her. Thankfully, he at least knew what to get for sewing, seeing as he actually had to learn how to do that himself. Still, he was at a loss as to what he should do for books, so he simply went out and got the supplies he knew she wanted, and simply tried to figure out a way to find good books for a while as he worked. I need to find books for Hinata, but I just don't know what kind of books she would like. Man, I should have asked her what kind she would want. I mean, she probably doesn't want training books, as she can't use them, and all the other stuff I read, I don't think girls would like too much. Wait girls, I could simply ask another girl for help finding books girls want. Naruto realized happily, and then went to Ino's family's store to see if she was up yet, as he doubted Haku would know too much about it either. So, he happily entered the building to see his sort of girlfriend. Hello Ino-chan. Naruto called out happily when he saw her. Good morning Naruto-kun, why are you up so early? Ino asks, knowing that she always woke up extremely early simply to enjoy some time before she had to work. Well, I was kind of wondering if you would be willing to help me get a few books for Hinata to read, as she is pretty much stuck in bed for a while, and asked for some. Please Ino-chan, I need help, and, as soon as we can get this stuff over to her, we can go do something fun together. I just don't want her to die of boredom, so please help me. Naruto begged her, hoping for some help. Sure Naruto-kun, I will help you if we can get some shopping done afterward until I have to work. Ino told him with a smile that going shopping with a guy she found attractive was one of her favorite things to do. Of course she didn't have to wait long for Naruto's answer, as Naruto quickly grabbed her hand and ran out of shop to go get the books, barely giving her enough time to lock the shop up before they were speeding down the shopping district until they finally reached the bookstore. Okay, so let's find a few books for Hinaheim. By the way, thank you for the help Ino-chan, I owe you one for this. Naruto told Ino happily. You're welcome Naruto-kun, but I already told you that you were taking me shopping after this, as my reward. Ino told him happily that she was able to help him even if it was to help him with another girlfriend. Yay, but I would do that anyways seeing as you are my girlfriend. I owe you something else, and that could be anything you want. Naruto told her knowing he owed her a lot for helping him like this. Okay, then I guess I will save it for later. Ino told him slightly surprised that he was willing to give her a favor that could be anything that she wanted, even if it was her boyfriend. Of course after she said this, they simply looked around the store until Ino picked out several books that she thought Hinata would like, and Naruto bought them. So, they then both took a quick walk over to where Hinata was still laying down, and gave her the stuff which she thanked them for with a true smile. Of course they didn't stay long seeing, as they had more shopping to do before Naruto went off to train. At this point even if they are trying it out mostly they are just going to be calling themselves boyfriend-girlfriend. Few hours later. Naruto was still going around the shopping district with Ino, and was now carrying several bags for her, and bought quite a bit for her as well. Of course they only could do this seeing, as Ino's mother was watching the shop for Ino recently. Man Naruto-kun, are you sure that you are okay with spending all this money on me? I mean I enjoy it, and all, but don't you need to use it for other stuff, as well? Ino asks her boyfriend hoping that he wasn't using money he needed for food or something. Of course he just chuckled briefly at her concern. Don't worry about that. I don't really spend a lot of money so I have a good amount of money stored away for missions. Naruto told her with a small smile that was hiding the small amount of sadness that he felt. Missions, and the fact that I wasn't allowed to shop all that much until recently, he added, thinking of his childhood, causing his misery. Which was a truly sad story for people that didn't know. In fact it probably would wreck people's faith in humanity. Still he didn't want any of his girls to know about that. Of course after he told her this she still felt slightly bad about using so much of his money, but still was also happy about knowing that her boyfriend was willing to spoil her, even though he had several other girlfriends, as well. The evening before exam. After a long month of training Naruto now felt stronger than ever. Thanks to Jiraiya, he was better at almost all the ninja arts. For the only thing that was still extremely bad was his, which was due to his chakra being too dense now thanks to his bloodline, and the sheer amount he had. Still he thankfully could sense, and get out of all, but the strongest. Of course because of this after a few days Naruto spent most of the day training, and only got to see his girlfriends for only brief periods of time. Also he barely even had time to eat his favorite food, though he did end up spending a lot of time with Aim, who was starting to act strange around him in his opinion. But that was not what mattered for Naruto at the moment, all that mattered now was the rest of the exam until it was over anyways. I know that hundreds of hopeful ninjas have failed you before, but I refuse to let you hinder my dreams for even a moment longer than necessary. Naruto thought confidently, then fell asleep dreaming about the fights he was about to get into. The next morning Naruto woke up, and quickly grabbed all of his equipment, and strapped his sword to his back, as soon as his normal morning activities were done. Then simply walked out of his house with his hands in his pockets. He then walked all the way to the arena, calmly ignoring all of the commotion that the stands outside of the arena were creating, until he heard his name being called. Naruto. The voice called again, and when he looked he saw it was Aim standing next to her father behind a quickly built ramen stand. Hey Aim Nichan, old man, how are you two doing today? Naruto asks, giving them a warm smile. Not bad, just doing some business while the chance is good. Tsuchi told his favorite customer. Then have fun while I fight to become them. Naruto tells them, then began walking again before Aim stopped him by grabbing his shoulder. What Naruto began before being shocked by her leaning in and kissing him on the cheek, which he then places his hand upon. Good luck Naruto-kun, and hopefully that will bring you some more. Oh, and if you do good, I will have a present ready for you. She told the now blushing Naruto, who smiles and continues onto the arena. Of Course her doing this caused her father to look at her curiously, but didn't say anything. I really do wish you good luck on your dreams for this exam, but I want you to also stay safe, and come back to me, so I can give you the gift I decided to give you, Naruto-kun. Aim thinks to herself, as she serves a bowl of ramen to a customer. In the arena. When he entered the arena, he quickly saw the massive amount of people in the viewing stands, but quickly ignored them using the practice he gained as a child, and instead looked over at the other competitors who were mostly all looking around in awe at the people that came to see them fight. Bagrar seemed to ignore everything around him. Shino simply stood with his clan's usual calm demeanor, and Niji who instantly was focused on Naruto. Though they were still missing Sasuke, and apparently Kakashi who didn't seem to be sitting with the other senseis. Of course the most important people he saw were all present at the stadium as well. His grandfather figure, Hinata his shy love, Haku his quiet love, and Ino his social love were all out there watching and rooting for him. I am not going to let you guys down. Naruto thought determined, then walked to the group of competitors that was made now that they were simply waiting for the examiner. Though thankfully it didn't take too long to show up, in fact he was on time while they all were a bit early. Welcome to this year's exams. Now I will be your proctor for the third part of the exam. Now anything is allowed, but we would prefer if you don't kill each other. Gemma explains to the contestants, then uses a bass to increase his voice's volume. And now let us begin the exams. Will Naruto and Niji please stay down here, and the rest go up to the waiting room. Gemma told the crowd who cheered, as they both went to separate sides of the arena, as Gemma began their fight. Naruto, you might as well just surrender now. Fate has already decided that you will lose to me. Niji told Naruto to be completely confident. First off, don't believe that fate crap, people make their own, and secondly just shut up, and take your punishment for hurting Hinaheim. Naruto told him, already leaking Kai. Ah, she deserved it, you see you don't actually know about my clan. Niji told him, then took his headband off showing a bird-mark seal on his head. You see, if you in my clan, if you weren't born into the main branch of Hyuga, then you are forced into the second branch, which are like slaves to the main branch. And this seal makes it so that we have to decide whether we like it or not. You see, you don't know about suffering. Niji told Naruto, but was then unnerved by the increase of Kai that came from Naruto. I don't know suffering. I don't know suffering. My whole damn life was filled with nothing but suffering at the hands of this village. Well, you ate, had a good place to sleep, and had family. I had nothing. So, don't talk to me about suffering because my seal caused me more suffering than anything you could possibly imagine. Naruto said he was very angry, but paused for a few moments to take a few breaths. But this isn't about me. This match is about revenge for Hinata, who you tried to kill, even though she didn't use the seal against you. Naruto told him, still glaring at him. Oh, please, she didn't use it simply because she was told not to, probably to keep up the ruse that the main branch is so perfect. She just is a weakling that deserves to. Niji started, then truly started to feel fear, when he felt the massive amount of Kai that Naruto was releasing now. Before it was just a small amount, but now it was like he was seeing his own death appear in Naruto's now spinning eyes. No, they wanted her to use it, and she didn't because she loved you like family. In fact, she wants to bring her family together if she can. But apparently you won't be able to see her plan come into action. Naruto told him, and quickly pulled his blade from his sheath, and quickly charged at Niji, who managed to smirk even under Naruto's Kai. You still are a fool for trying to fight a Hyuga from up close. Niji told Naruto, who still ran at him, not hesitating at all, even with Niji's blaring at him. So, soon enough he slashed his blade at Niji, who then tried to seal off a chakra point on his other shoulder, but Naruto moved to the side to dodge, and then tried to cut Niji's arm, but he quickly pulled it out of the blade's reach. And this continued for several moments with neither one of them gaining any ground, which angered Niji. How the heck is it dead last, you not dead on the floor yet? I am the one who is the elite from a strong clan. He asked Naruto, annoyed, though Naruto said nothing in return, which made him even more mad. Of course this turned into shock when he got cut across the chest from a slash he thought he dog. Your anger controls your thoughts too much. Stay with the fight. Naruto told him, seeing, as well Naruto was angry, as well, he actually focused it into focusing on trying to harm Niji, rather than just blind hatred. Shut up. Niji told him, even more annoyed, then called out his next attack, 8 trigrams 64 palms, which shocked everyone. Now give up, seeing, as you have no chakra to use. Niji orders Naruto after every single one of his attacks hit Naruto. Though he was surprised by the fact that Naruto wasn't launched away like people normally were, he shrugged it off to him, simply using his last bit of unsealed chakra to stick to the ground. I will never give up. Naruto yells at Niji while he looked to be barely standing up. Of course this just made Niji shake his head left to right. Fine, then I guess I will have to just kill you, and your pathetic dreams. Proving yet again that there is only fate, that destinies how people will do in life. Niji told Naruto cockily, then hit him in the heart, which caused all that new Naruto to gasp in fear for said boy's life. Of course Naruto himself didn't move away from the deadly attack that was coming toward him. But, as soon as Niji was just about to hit, Naruto ducked out of the way, and then used a blade of wind chakra that he formed at his fingertips to cut through Niji's arm muscle, disabling the arm. How are you able to still use chakra? Niji asks, shocked while clutching his injured arm that was now bleeding quite severely. Of course this just made Naruto smile. You forget that I can make things out of chakra. Your blows hit my armor making it disrupt the armor, and not my actual chakra path. Naruto told him that he deceived the young Hyuga. Arena viewing area. While this fight was going on, the rest of the Konoha 12 that weren't in the exam still were all watching in shock. Man, they are really going all out on each other, aren't they? Kiba tells them, shocked. Well, Niji-san already has shown that he is willing to go to extremes to win, and Naruto-san has already shown that he has reason to go all out on him, as well. Shino explains. Still, they shouldn't be going at each like they are trying to kill each other. Kiba is annoyed seeing them, as they were all supposed to be teammates seeing as they were from the same village. And why not? I mean, Naruto has every right to be mad seeing as he did try to kill Hinata. Ino told him seeing as she and Hinata became close friends, as they were both dating Naruto. Which should have caused them a bit of trouble, but simply because they both were well aware of how bad Naruto's life, they decided not to get jealous of each other, especially since Naruto made an effort to treat them all equally, and to spend time with all of them. So they were happy with their relationship even if it wasn't commonly done. Yay, but still Hinata didn't want Naruto to kill him. Kiba insists. She doesn't, but with the way this is going they might just have to fight to the death seeing, as neither one of them wants to give up. Ino tells Kiba, as she knew that Naruto wouldn't give up on one of his promises, even if it killed him. Naruto-kun, Niji-san Tenten thought worried seeing, as while she disliked what Niji did he was still her teammate, and Naruto was someone that she still was confused about at the moment. So, she didn't know who to hope to win. So, instead she just spent her time hoping that both of them would make it out of this fight alive. Arena. Why are you even fighting for a disgrace to the clan like Hinata anyway? She never will have the will to become what a Hyuga should be. Niji told Naruto, still clutching his injury. Oh, so you mean to say just because she is different she can't achieve her dreams? Naruto asks only to receive a nod in turn. But aren't you the same way? Naruto asks, confusing Niji. I mean, you don't listen to the every word of the main family, but yet you instead hate them. So, you don't follow the norms either. In fact, the only difference between the two of you is that her plan of uniting the families has a chance to work, while yours will most likely just get you killed, as a traitor. Naruto tells him to make Niji growl. My hate for the main family is justified, and I will get my revenge. Niji growls out, not even bothering to keep his emotion hidden. Oh, sure it is justified, but what can you do? I mean, sure you could try to kill the family, but then they would have an easy way of stopping you, and then you would simply be forgotten without changing anything. Just no hate and rage will solve nothing. Naruto explains. What would you know about my problem? You have never had to deal with the problems that one stupid seal can cause. Niji tells him, then freezes up for a moment at the sheer amount of Kai that came down upon him. I know more than you ever will. For your seal to affect only your family, the seal I was forced to wear made the entire village despise me. You had it easy, and never were tried to be killed simply because of your seal. This village gave me every reason to hate and despise it, but instead I looked on the bright side, and found people that could look past the seal on my skin. So, I will change this village's way for them, and make it better for all when I become Hokage. After all, if I wallowed in the darkness, and tried to get revenge, I would just have lost to them. For I would be alone, and one single person can only do so much even if their goals are good. They still need help from others to achieve them just like you do. But instead you tried to kill the one person that had even a small chance of helping you, and the rest of your sealed family. Naruto tells him, shocking Niji. Of course Naruto took this moment of shock to go up, and punch Niji's face hard enough to knock him into a wall several feet away. But that is enough of that, I promise to give you a beating for hurting one of my, and I will do just that. Naruto told him with his eyes cold and frozen again, as he waited for Niji to stand up. And when he did, their match continued, though Niji didn't fight with his rage blinding him anymore, due to Naruto's words, meaning that they both were fighting to their fullest potential trying to win. Though in the end Niji found himself running into a net of chains when he tried to use the gentle fist on Naruto, leaving him trapped in the chains just in front of Naruto. Remember my words, and just so you know, your life was spared by the words of the very same person that you tried to kill. Naruto whispered to the trapped ninja, shocking him, then turned around and began to walk away as the chains turned green and began to move off of Niji. Though they now cut into his flesh with the wind chakra, they were infused with, leaving him as a bloody, but yet still alive mess on the ground when they all finally came off. Winner. Naruto Uzumaki. Genma called out, slightly shocked and surprised by the way just the first match went even, as Naruto continued walking, not even bothering to look back at Niji. Of course what he didn't know was that even though they couldn't really hear the conversation that was going on, seeing as they were far away from them, both several of the civilians watching vowed to be nicer and more careful around Naruto so they wouldn't get hurt now that they saw what he was truly capable of. with the rest of Konoha 12. All of the group was shocked as to how the match ended, with Tenten looking down at her fallen teammate with fear in her eyes, thinking that the worst had happened. Eventually they all noticed Hinata, who came to sit by them about halfway through the match, was smiling with her bloodline activated. "Hey Hinata, are you actually happy that Naruto got revenge for you?" Kiba asks his friend, slightly surprised seeing as he knew Hinata as nothing but a kind and gentle soul. "No, Kiba-kun. I am not happy about that. I am happy that Naruto kept his word. Niji is alive." Hinata tells him with a smile still on her face. "What do you mean that someone could actually survive that?" Sakura asks, shocked. "Yes Sakura, it is troublesome to say, but with the way our village's medics can work, Niji will probably be healed and ready for action again in a few days, seeing as Naruto didn't seem to cut him too deeply." Shikamaru explains lazily. "How is it not deep? I mean, he is bleeding so badly." Sakura asks, not believing that those injured were the minor ones. "Well Sakura, those chains took a greenish color like Asuma-sensei's blades when he uses his wind chakra. Wind chakra that he already showed us can cut through even solid stone easily," when he was explaining the chakra element. Choji explained, though left his bag of chips on his lap, not really finding the will to eat after watching what still was a gruesome attack. "Well, even if that was him going easy, I am still glad that he didn't do that to me." Kiba tells the group, now putting Naruto as an alpha, seeing as he could have easily killed both him and his partner in one attack when they fought him. Skipping the rest of the fight, seeing as they are the same, I just wanted to try my luck at changing this fight up a bit. Soon enough after Gar began his demonic transformation, a mass fell upon the arena, putting almost all of the people watching in a sleep-like state while the invasion began. So, soon the Hokage was forced into a barrier where he had to fight, and the rest of the village's ninja were fighting the sudden attack. Of course for Naruto, he was in the forest fighting Gar now by himself, seeing as the others were either incapacitated or busy somewhere else. Meaning that he stood alone with his blade in his hand, with Gar standing in front of him with a sadistic grin on his face. "You will prove my existence," Gar told Naruto in a voice that was already beginning to sound demonic. "Gar, I know that you are, so am I. Don't let it control you, control your urges." Naruto yelled at Gar, knowing that due to the demonic chakra, they constantly resist urges to kill, seeing as it gave them an automatic urge to kill, thanks to an increase of yang chakra. "Blood. Mother wants your blood." Gar tells him, completely lost to his bloodlust. "Very well, if I have to fight you then." Naruto told him to tense up. "Great, I am just going to guess by the way he was talking that has been completely controlled by him. This is exactly what Jiraiya was warning me not to let happen to myself. Now how to fix this?" Naruto thought, unsure of what his plan was exactly, but didn't have time to think about it, seeing as Gar decided to send several balls of sand at him at high speeds. And Naruto had to quickly jump backwards to dodge them. Though before he could even try to attack himself, he had to dodge a massive sand hand launching at him at fast speeds, forcing him to stay on the defensive. Of course, after his fight with Niji, his chakra was depleted a bit, so he simply used his mother's sword and a bit of wind chakra, rather than making a chakra construct, seeing as he was pretty sure that he was going to need it later on in his fight with the possessed Gar. So, soon enough he was dogging Gar's attacks, which mainly involved swinging a limb covered with sand or several sand shuriken. Though after a while he managed to cut straight through one of Gar's sand arms, making it drop to the ground behind him with a loud thud. Well, that is one problem dealt with. Naruto thought, slightly relieved only to see it quickly dissolve into sand and slowly move back towards Gar. Never mind, this just got a lot more difficult, Naruto thought with a sigh, but soon brought his mind back to the fight. For a while he thought Gar's body got even more covered up by sand, meaning that now about 80% of his body was covered in sand, making him look even more demented. "Stop stalling, and let mother feast upon your blood," Gar called out, with his kai leaking out to an extent that even Temari was shivering in fear. Man, this kid is a goner. I never have felt Gar release this much kai at a simple person. This Naruto kid must be someone special for him to be so interested in killing him. Temari thought from her hiding spot in a bush that was a good distance away, and then looked over at Naruto and was shocked. How is this kid not affected by this? He doesn't even look slightly afraid of Gar. What kind of monster of a person does he have to be to fight Gar's bloodlust state? She thought, slightly afraid of Naruto just for this act. Of course, while she thought that Naruto was still trying to get to Gar, but couldn't think of any way that would actually work. This is so annoying. I guess I will just have to force him into submission, then work on his damn problem with his cage. Naruto then rushed at Gar with his mother's red blade glowing green around the edges. He then slashed at Gar several times, cutting deep into the sand, but yet still not actually managing to hurt Gar's own body. Damn, I was hoping to at least hurt him, Naruto mumbled out, annoyed with the sand. Still, he didn't give up, but had to jump away when Gar tried to steal him away into a massive desert coffin. Just hurry up and give your blood to mother. She makes it so that no one can hurt me, so just hurry up and die. Gar told Naruto to ignore what happened to him only a little while ago, thanks to Sasuke. Oh, so it is impenetrable, eh? Well, let's just test that. Naruto told him, then charged even more wind chakra into his blade. He then called out wind slash, she called out, deciding to use one of the first winds he learned, and then slashed the air several times, making a near invisible attack fly at Gar. These slashes all hit Gar's sand from seeing, as he didn't even move, and even if he did it wouldn't be too easy to dodge seeing, as the sand weighed down the sand ninja. So, each of the blades hit the sand, and blasted through it. In fact, they cut deep enough to actually manage to cut into Gar's flesh, but not enough to do serious damage, due to the amount of energy it took to cut through the dense sand. Still, it was more than enough to make Gar fear for his life, as he never got injured before. My blood. Gar screamed out terrified, and glared at Naruto. Mother wants your blood no matter what. Gar told him with a crazed look on his face, and began his own feigning sleep jutsu, he called out, then his head instantly dropped. What the hell? Why would he be confused until he felt the ground shake, and tons of sand beginning to travel where Gar was, and quickly began to form a massive sand creature. I am free. Shikaku called happily while Naruto stared at him in shock. Well, I have to say that I did not expect that. Naruto thought, looking up at the giant mass of sand. Of course, his shock only lasted a few moments before he got ready to fight the creature the only way he could. So, he bit both of his thumbs, and then slammed his palms onto the ground. Summoning jutsu, he called out, causing a massive smoke cloud to appear, as he used up a large chunk of his chakra into one single needed. Boy, why have you summoned me here? Gamabunta asked, then noticed Shikaku. Damn, how is it that you managed to find yourself in more trouble than Jiraiya ever did? Gamabunta complained, only for Naruto to shrug on top of his head. I don't know, just lucky I guess. But do you mind helping me with this? Naruto asked for his summon. Yeah, I will help with this pile of sand, but you owe me another large bottle of that special sake again. Gamabunta told Naruto, who simply agreed even though he knew it would cost him a good amount of money to get even one bottle of sake for the giant toad. Yeah, time to go kill. Shikaku yelled out happily, then finally noticed Naruto and Gamabunta, and shot massive air bullets at them without wasting time to aim. Which still worked, as Gamabunta was big enough to be an easy target. So said Toad jumped out of the way of the bullets, and landed to the side of Shikaku, and quickly launched several water bullets at the beast to cancel them out with air bullets of his own. He then pulled out his sword, and tried slashing at Shikaku, only for the beast's sand to cover it, making him let go of it, before the sand reached his hand, though he was too slow, and had his back slammed hard against the ground, causing a massive crater to form. We need to wake up to this thing. Yay, but how do we do that when the Ichibi is controlling him? Simple really, we just need to shock him with something. Basically meaning a simple punch should do it. But how do we manage that when he is covered in 10 tons of sand? Let's look at the demon's head. So, Naruto did just that, and saw Gar simply hanging there clearly out cold. Wow, either the forces that have to happen, it is needed for some reason, or the Ichibi is clearly not the smartest of the 9. Naruto though nearly wanted to laugh at the stupidity of having an obvious weak point. But the seriousness of the moment kept him from doing just that. Okay then, but how do we reach him? Seeing as I doubt that the Ichibi will let me simply wake him up. Well, there are two options really. One, we do a combination transformation where you transform us into something that can hold him down until you get onto the sand, or we could try to make him a massive chunk of ice using some toad oil and a fire. You pick. Gamabunta told him while dodging several air blasts that thankfully were only hitting either large trees or simply losing all of their energy in the air as they traveled. Well then, let's get a transformation up, seeing as I don't have fire as a strong chakra element. Naruto told his teammate. Okay then, think of something with claws, and could hold on to that thing, at least something better than trying to do so myself. Gamabunta told him, then soon enough they both yelled out transform, and were covered in smoke for a few seconds, and then where they stood was the 9-tailed fox. So, they quickly ran at Shikaku, and dug their claws deep into the sand of his arms. Or were until after a few moments the henge reversed, and Naruto quickly ran up Shikaku's arm with the sand trying to attack him the whole way up. In fact, the sand was attacking him bad enough that Naruto had to have his chakra form a protective shell around himself. Though sadly for Gamabunta, he didn't have the same protection, as the sand wrapped around his arms, and went up, forcing him to poof away back to the summoning realm. So, Naruto was all alone fighting now, while he had to deal with keeping the sand from crushing him under its pressure. Man, I am so glad that I saved up a good amount of chakra for this fight. Naruto was sweating heavily, as it took a large amount of chakra to push back an attack from a demon. Still, he eventually made it to Gar, and had to release his shield, as he couldn't focus on creating it and punching at the same time, so it came down, and he tried to hit the sleeping boy only for sand to pull his hand back. Wake the fuck up. Naruto told the kid, annoyed, and struggled to get a bit closer to the boy, before doing the only attack he could with the sand holding him back, a headbutt. Damn. And I just got here. Shikaku mumbled out to no one, then dissolved into sand, making both boys fall down several stories. Though they could do nothing to stop it, they simply watched the ground come closer for a few seconds before they both slammed onto the ground, which thankfully softened the landing. Course in the end they were both still awake only a little way away from each other, so Naruto tried to struggle to his feet, only for them to begin to wobble, as soon as he got on them, causing him to fall to the ground again. Though he soon tried again, and this time using some of the small amount of chakra he had left to create a stick of chakra that he leaned against, and slowly walked towards Gar. No, stay away. Gar yelled at him, clearly afraid, and tried to get away only for him to be unable to be really moved just like Naruto. Calm down Gar, I am not going to hurt you anymore. Naruto told the boy, shocking him. What? No. Anyone who knows my mother wants to hurt me. Gar tells him clearly, still afraid, seeing, as even the sand was not responding to his call. Gar, your mother isn't your real mother, don't listen to his voice. It is just your sealed beast trying to control you, but don't let it Gar. Instead look for people to be your precious people like your brother and sister to protect. That is where you will find your true strength and reason to live. Naruto told the scared boy. What would you know about what I have to deal with? You know nothing. Gar told him. I know because I was like you until I found my precious people. So, please just give trusting a few people a chance, brother. Naruto told the scared boy, who didn't respond, even when his family members showed up blocking Naruto from Gar, looking ready to fight, until Gar grabbed both of their legs from his position. No, Kinkuro, Tamari, let's just go home. Gar told them, shocking them both, as they each put one of his arms over their shoulders. We will meet Naruto Uzumaki again. Gar told Naruto, simply showing no hints as to whether that was a good thing or a bad thing before they all disappeared. Course almost, as soon as he was sure that they would not come back, he let go of the chakra cane and fell to the ground absolutely exhausted. Around village. All around the village the invaders were slowly being pushed out of the village until finally the call was made to retreat, and they all went running with Konoha chasing them all the way to the very edge of the village. Then let out a cheer at their victory. They won, but at the price of their leader. Thanks for watching my video, leave a like if you enjoyed my video, and also do consider subscribing to my channel for more awesome